Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome to a new campaign for the channel. Now, recently I've been really enjoying, again, stepping into Crusader Kings 3, especially with the new Tours and Tournaments DLC that's come out, and as a change of pace from Total War campaigns, I figured it would be nice to play some CK3. Just have a bit of fun, have a go with it, do some role-playing, and see what comes out of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the story as well and the campaign. If you do, feel free to leave a like and do all the typical YouTuber stuff that people ask to do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Now, I did have to come up with a sort of idea behind this campaign or what I wanted to do with it. So instead of coming up with some silly character or something like that right away, I thought what I was going to do is put myself into the game, basically. So imagine through some time travel shenanigans, I've managed to somehow travel back in time, become the count of some kingdom or county or what have you, and go from there. And what I would like to do as a little sort of competition for you guys is, if you want, write a little short story in the comments. Nothing major, doesn't have to be a full story, just even maybe a few lines to talk about how did this happen, how did I get back into this time, and how did I become the ruler. And I would say the best ones I will put on the side, and eventually we'll try and incorporate you into the game somehow. So yeah, that would be kind of cool, I like to think. But enough of me talking about it, let's get things started, shall we? Oh, one last thing, I do have a mod collection for the campaign. You'll see it linked in the video description as per usual. And yeah, that's everything. So let's get started. So, gonna go brand new game. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm undecided whether or not to do 867 or 1066 starts, so what I'm going to do is actually rely on a dice. And so there's no attempts at trying to say, oh yes, he's just picked one of them for randomly. You'll see on the screen right now, my dice. So, odd numbers are 867, even numbers are 1066. Well, number 1, 867 it is. Okay. So with that, we're going to come onto here, we're going to play as any ruler. And because time traveling at this stage of life is not really the most accurate, we don't know where we're going to turn up. So what I'm doing for this as well is doing it completely random, as in, I don't know which kingdom or county I'm going to take over. I'm just going to hit random command, random ruler and just see what it comes up with. So, random character. And I'm going to start off, it seems, in the Välï of La. Ooh, right down here. Interesting. Okay. Now, of course, it could be very straightforward if we just played as the guy, but we're going to create my own ruler, and I've already got a character in mind. So I'll come onto here, and you can see, here I am, Gareth of the Warrior Angel clan. So I think I've tried to create myself fairly well, all things considered. I mean, if we load him up, I am a bit on the overweight side, so I had to include that, of course. The face kind of looks like me if you see me in videos. I've managed to try and achieve that fairly well. Because I'm not religious in nature, I know if I went back in time, I would probably just join with whatever faith happens to be the area, the closest bit to the area. Maybe keep not really following the tenets, but just saying that I am. But I will be keeping my culture. I am Welsh, and I must say I'm happy about being a Welshman. So that's that. My name's Gareth, and we are going to change my dynasty. We're not going to be our Kazwini. We're going to be Warrior Angel, of course. Following the channel. And I did originally do this before, so I know exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to pick this one. We're going to have black down here. This one is going to be a dark blue, representing the channel banner, so something like that. And then for our emblems, there is, if I go into here, an angel. Perfect. Right, so we're still going to keep the name there, but I've kept everything in so it's balanced and things like that. So I am 35 myself, so we're starting off with that. A little bit on the fuller side, so that's fine. I like to think I'm more intellectual rather than anything else, so I went for astute intellectual as my education. I'm studying a master's level program in that, so I like to think I'm a little smart, but through learning. But yeah, I figured I'll go for that. I am also calm, as I like to be, cynical, I must admit, I am about things, and a patient person. Again, I think this is fitting me as a character. For my traits, I am melancholic, I mean, as you guys know, I deal with mental health. I'm also a witch. Now, what I've decided to do with this is, rather than take it into as believing a witch, in a different deity, the idea is that I'm a man out of time. My family is going to be knowing this. And so it's more introducing them to knowledge of the future, things like that, because I'm going to want to talk about things, and it can't be very hard to keep things quiet, So this is more representing bringing people into the fold and knowing about the knowledge that I know. I like to think I'm fairly shrewd. This is rather than me not being inherently smart, although I could put that down, I guess. But rather than I've learned things through life, so I figured that would be good. I am a bit of a comfort eater, I will admit, and I thought journaler would be an interesting way of keeping things going. I've got fairly average stats apart from learning, which is a combination of all the different stuff. Stewardship, I put a few points in because I like to think I'm reasonably smart when it comes to, admin stuff. And I'm not married or anything. So there we go. That's me. Finalize the character. And about 5 minutes in, we are now actually finally starting the game. So, here we go. Now, there's normally a whole bunch of things you normally do when you start a Crusader Kings free campaign, like I'm going to have to get married and things like that at some point. I've already put in my learning, and because of my age starting in the game, I get 6 points to decide where I'm going to go. So I'm going to stick to scholarship focus, because that fits me, I think, to a T. And I'm just going to put 2 points in here. I do know a bit about anatomy, and I do know to wash your hands to reduce your chances of getting ill. So I'm going to go for that. I like to think I'm quite scientific. Pedagogy, I was a teacher. I like to think I'm open-minded. And I'm not really that fussed about religion. So that will go quite nicely. So that's that. Now the first thing I really should be doing is getting married. But in fact, let's just let the game tick by. The first thing I should be doing is getting married, but I'm just found myself in this location. It's going to be a little difficult for me, I think, for me to just justify getting married straight away. We need to get to know people a bit better. So what I'm going to do instead is, first of all, I've apparently got a liege already, so I'm going to go and learn his language, right? It makes sense, after all. I turn up, I can speak English and Welsh. I mean, a little difficult to be speaking anything else when we're over here. So, but in my best interest to pick up the local language. We're going to make sure that we've got some good people available to us. You're not so good. In fact, we haven't really got much in the way of options. My best people are learning are also pretty good over here. I will swap you out. Yeah, we'll do that. He doesn't like me one bit, and I really don't like him. Okay, fair enough. But he has offered me a position as steward. I'll take that, sure. A little bit of extra money coming in. Alright, apparently I can see about trying to convert my faith. Could potentially do that. Alright, let's continue sorting out these guys a bit better. So you can come here. You are much better spy master, I'll let you have that. And yeah, that should be everything. Now, like I said, I'm going to be playing this as a roleplay, so me coming back in this time, I'm not going to be actually trying to do things like, it's not me as a person to force my beliefs necessarily onto others. So I'm not going to sit here trying to convert the regions I own to my own religion. I'm not going to try and incorporate the Welsh nationality into the area. I'm going to be kind of weird in that regard. But one thing I will be maybe doing with future candidate characters is maybe trying to create a hybrid culture, because I like the idea of keeping that sort of part of the faith, so to speak, my culture, going and incorporating that into the wider game. That'd be kind of cool. Oh. Okay, we've got two very different types of religion. We've got Zoroastrian, or we've got, translating book. Okay. More than anything, my quest to be a learned man is teaching me how much I do not know. A regular pastoralis on how to lead a good life. I think I will do just that. I will speed the game up a little bit so we have some progress going on. Okay, I am having the notes for my translation of the regular pastoralis read back to me when, "My lord, please forgive me, but did you fall asleep? Heavens above, this classic is a piece of absolute drivel." Sure, my scribes can take on more responsibility. I am not the most fascinating of people when it comes to trying to read academic literature. And that's me saying that as studying a master's. Right, apparently I picked up a potentially new person. Sure, he can follow me, by all means. It also does mean that I'm not going to be expanding out, talking about, like, me being me, because why would I? Like, I'm ended up in this situation. I admit, if I was in charge, my main priority would probably be trying to make the people better, and we happen to have a fair bit of money for that. Oh, one of the mods, educational automation, makes things much easier for reminding you when you need to give your characters guardians. So I'm going to do something like that. There we go, perfect. Alright. New translation. Yeah, some sleep will do us good, I think. Right, we need a physician. Let's start the search for that. We do have... Oh, Rhiannon is widely learned. She's good aptitude, average or terrible. Oh, we'll go for her. Now I've got this one, Daddy Pika's menu. This is basically a cheat menu. I'm not using it for me in the game, I'm going to be using it for when I decide to try and incorporate other people into the game. So that's what it's there for, but you won't see me using it otherwise in the game. But at this point now, we've been here, what, nearly a year and a half? Yeah, now it's a year and a half. I think I'm just going to continue working as myself. I think by now I've probably had time to settle in, get to know a few people, and it'd be nice to meet someone. So let's go and find me a spouse. Now we do have a few options here, like, I suppose really I would be tempted to go for you. But in terms of the metagaming, okay, picked up an excellent translation. I apparently did a real brilliant job. Takes pride placed in my library. Got accomplished translator for 10 years, giving me extra piety and prestige. And I've got a lifestyle perk. Cool. But I would personally like to pick somebody who maybe likes me more. Okay. Who would I be more attracted to? Cynical, gregarious, stubborn. Reminds me of somebody I know. Someone who's reason, I probably wouldn't. Melancholic. You know what? I am going to metagame a little bit and just go somebody who's a genius. Get that into the line. Why not? I'm not going to really care myself whether or not someone is low-born or what have you. So, oh, I pray you together can find redemption in atonement. Oh, thank you. Right, let's go plant cultivation. And we are still continuing to learn our liege's language. Okay, we've got a fair bit of money, so let's start looking to spend it. Castle holdings. This is my capital. No, it's not. Okay. The alchemist reached for the human skull goblet as the Lordwood looked on in fear. Then, suddenly, I'm interrupted by a few-minute naive Mazuban. Did you just call my beloved father a spawn of hell and a bedsworth? Yeah, I think I've flattered your father, but he didn't like me for it anyway. No matter. Right, okay, here's my capital. Right, to be honest, it's not really a good capital. I think this one's a much better one. So, yeah, I'm moving over here. Right, better. Now, let's construct some buildings. I think it would be good to get some more money coming in. So, what's going to be good? This is 0.1. Let's see, 0.1, 0.2. I suppose we can get some carrot pastures coming in. It'll lead me to 1.3. It's probably the best one we've got right here at the moment, apart from maybe quarries. What will quarries give me? 1.3 as well, but it just give me a few more bonuses and it's a little cheaper. You know what? Quarries it is then. We'll go for that. And what else do we really need to think about doing? Stationing men-at-arms, right. What do we have? We have bowmen and armoured footmen available to me and picked up another perk. Okay, let's see where we're going to stick you guys. Best point is probably here in our new capital. And we did finish writing a letter. We managed to get 25 opinion as well by sending him said letter. Excellent. Alright, let's stick you in Lars. And I think let's get to know my wife a bit better. I think first of all we'll have to learn her language. I think it's only fair. Be hard to communicate otherwise, not by playing charades. Visions of the Divine. I beckon my vassal, Count Imam Zahak, to join me in the circle of brass orbs and candles arranged on stays through the dark room. The incense cloying the air to ward off the bad vapours, make our eyes tear up in little time. This is how, through the corner of our eyes, we will spot the inscrutable forms of angels. However, Zahak soon takes pause. This feels wrong. These are divine beings, not meant for mortal eyes to see. Well, I'm going to see if I can convince him. I didn't. Unfortunate. But nevertheless, the chance to see angels, I mean, it's in our family name. See, Scholarly Circles I think next. We're going to continue down Scholar to get to Scholar. And then I'm thinking Whole of Body. And then maybe Theologian if we're still alive by that point. Might as well try and keep within the, the same interests. Although we could always go into Stewardship, couldn't we, at some point? Right. So we're upgraded into Hajj at the moment. What about La? Alright, ready to go to Small Hill Forts. Okay. What did I station here again? Bowman. Right, so what do we have for archers? Militia camp, that would do. And Irahestan. You've got nothing at the moment. Oh, we haven't got enough money to do that anyway. Okay. Alright, dangerous faction we have to worry about now. Oh, it's just peasant rabble, that's nothing for us to worry about. How's everybody else getting on? In fact, just in case, we're going to start passing a limited authority, not that we have any vassals to worry about. And who can we go for is better? You seem fairly selfless, and Attitude is my wife, actually. You know what? Sure. Congratulations, you are now not many regents. I think that we can safely speed things up a little bit at this point. It's just a case of trying to get more money coming in and so we can continue upgrading. Because that is what I would like to do, I would think, is to actually spend their time upgrading, sorting things out so people become more, have better lives, essentially. Now, I know I could be doing an architect part focus in order to pull that off, but I'm more focused on learning the academic side rather than maybe put it into practice. Staring at the stars. For all my evenings watching stars, I've seen with my own eyes what I've only heard of before. Yes, I'm quite familiar with that. I will find my answers in the heavens. Like I said, I'm a cynical person, I'm not the religious, and just because I have to sort of have some sort of aspect of religion in the game, because it's the way the game is, I'm still going to have to try and play me, aren't I? Right, let's raise my armies and start dealing with these upstarts. Alright, 50% dealt with. Next one. 100%. Oh, we didn't even have a commander. Whoops. Oh, apparently I'm the best commander, although you're also a forder. We'll give you that. Okay, force demands. There we go. Disband all. Goodbye. Right. Let's continue. So, let me just double check. Okay, we are a duke, so then... Oh no, we're not. That's a... we're a count. Right, this is the next duchy, which will give me all of this, if we eventually go for it. Oh, somebody didn't like us, right. Let's have a quick look about... Sure, it's for my wife. I think I will push through and try and continue improving. Right. Have we got any better options right now? You can take over from here. You can take over from here. Yeah, that will do quite nicely. And learn on the job next. As to improve my stats in general. Oh, stewardship. Did I just... There we go. Not the best courts I've ever seen in a game, but we'll do okay. Getting personal. In the latest correspondence, my liege, Amir Mohammed, made a mention in passing about the subtleties of court intrigue, if the subject would interest me. You know what? Sure. It's an area that I'm unfamiliar with myself, so it'd be useful for me to be able to learn more about it. Every now and then the sky over Darebjad turns several colours at once. Oh, so the Aurora, right. Okay, who knows what mysterious forces have been going to play? What does this give me to the settlement? Develop and grow +1. Okay. Ooh. We could push this in order to try and become a poet. But it would make me, I used to lose gain more stress because I'm a bit cynical. Could try to recite a... Yeah. I'm gonna do that. After all, she's my wife. I'm gonna want to marry her. Play air divorce. Amir Muhammad has got divorced from his partner. Fair enough. Right, we need kiddies. Maybe once we've learned the language, we'll start working on seducing her or even romancing her. One or the other. Because otherwise, this is going to be a very short campaign if we end up dying without an heir. Alright, I think we're okay for these bases, aren't we, for control? 77, 78. I mean, it could be better, but it's okay. Right. Yeah, we'll have to do something about religion at some point. But I'd rather leave the issue of religion up to my children. If they want to change whatever religions they choose to do, I'm happy to let them be it. Excellent, excellent. Right, let's build some barracks now. Get sanctioned loopholes. And now, let's start working on... We could convert eventually, but I think for now... There we go. Trouble in translation. As I step over the threshold to my courtier Rhiannon's office, I find it bent over a book. This translation of Herophilus is atrocious. If I'm to follow these instructions, I'm likely to cure my patients as I am to kill them outright. Sure, I will have a look for you. And we're going to have a go at romancing my wife. We are going to write a poem. The candle is burning low when I finally finish the poem. Oh god, even I can write better poetry than this, I'm not the best at it. Your oxen neck is better than a ham in winter. I wish only to smooch you, that I may know the depths of your love. Let us kiss already. Oh wow. Wow, 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 that is terrible. Alright, you're gonna deal with the yeah, you dealt with those for me, okay. As of late, all my visitors to Algavain have been ruined by my marshal. Follows her everywhere. I could duel him, but I've not got the best chance of doing this. Or I could poison him, or bribe him. You know what? Bad luck, he seems to gain a bit of food poisoning and puked all over her blouse. What a shame. Right, another lifestyle perk. Oh, an intrigue this time, okay. Enticing opportunities, fertility, or truth is relevant. You know what? I'm gonna go truth is relevant. Sometimes it can understand, you know, getting some material on somebody, you know. And my wife is now pregnant. Excellent news. We are finally gonna have an heir. Just have to find out whether or not it's a boy or a girl. I'm not fussed either way, but you know how the game is at this time. Anyway, what does Agavan want now? Lady Yasaman's necklace. We could commission an identical one. Offer this woman a favour for her necklace. Steal it, or compliment her taste. What does that make a difference? Extra chance. You know what? I've got the cash. It's a fair bit of cash. It's what? About 4 months worth of cash for coming in from 3 counties to buy a necklace, but hey, one of those things. I am attending a dance now to spend some time with her, but unfortunately the brooding man, Naib Mazulban, goes on and on and on. Luckily, my charms can improve any conversation. That's useful. I got a daughter, Gwen Välï. Okay. Oh, she's a genius. Oh, fantastic. Right. I'm going to change the name, and a little personal secret here. When I eventually have children, I want my daughter to be called Emily. I really like the name, and it means a few things to me. So I'm going to have my daughter in this game, Emily, like me. Anyway, the age of the world. I've now been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. Oh. You know what? I shall consult with more people. I have a strange feeling that it's not going to end 100 years from, in 975. Yeah, strange feeling, I know. Anyway, every time I close my eyes to see her face, I see the window open and my heart stutters. But what's this? Somebody is climbing up the window and unlatches the shutter. Let's go and rescue her. The sounds from the struggle above is the greatest motivator I've ever known. I hoist myself through her window and find her on the floor with an intruder pushing her down and a blade between them. I grab the villain by the collar and throw him into the wall. And as I check to make sure she's okay, she throws herself into my arms. I hear, Mazda, you're here, Gareth. Right, I will never let you go into harm's way again, and we've now found eternal love. Isn't that a nice, sweet end, eh? And what's this? Woman in white now. I have a guard who once visited a distant village by a forest, said to be a gateway to the world beyond. While there, he ran in the forest despite the locals' warning. In the forest, he encountered a pale maiden wearing a white dress, and though she was charming and bashful, there was something off about her. And frightened out of his wits, he fled immediately, knowing he must be an evil spirit of some sort. You know what? I find myself quite amused. I don't think it's a real spirit. Call me cynical. Right. Scholar. Thank you. Perfect. Right. What do you got left to do? I mean, we could always try and create an accolade, but I'm not really thinking that's in for me right now. Let's just continue upgrading stuff. That's on its way to done. Okay, we've got high tents and a small hill fort. Okay, next job. Let's have a look. Camels. Camels could be useful. Ooh. Looks like my liege's marshal is again hearing a few good things about me. Excellent. Alright, stables or camelry? I would say probably camelry would be the best option for us. It's just 120 gold, and really I need it elsewhere. If I want to make it that we can actually, you know, station camels there and take the advantage for it. So, my daughter... Oh, I got another one. Okay. This one, a proper Welsh name, I'm thinking. It's going to be my thing, so we can separate people's dynasties by having them Welsh, you know? So, this one, I'm going to call her Kindman. I think that's a nice name. Kindman. And you are also a quick. Okay. Now, what I'm doing at the moment, you will notice, is that I'm not actually educating them in anything yet. I want to make sure that they have a personality trait first that will correspond to which one is going to be best for them to have. Let's just wait here. But with my character's high learning, I'm thinking I'm probably going to be their best educator regardless. But thanks to the automation, it will at least point out which one's going to be the best for me. Or for the character. So we'll just leave that for the moment and see what happens then. But, right, that's finished. Oh yeah, we can now build the camel. Single leaf. We were travelling to another village when we decided to take a quick break along the side of the road. I felt a leaf on the tree when I dozed off land on my face, and may sound out loudly, did the leaf truly come from that tree? It might have done. I mean, if it's the only tree nearby, it'd be surprising if it came from anywhere else. Right, camelry. There we go. And disorderly market next. While surveying the market streets, I encountered a distressed Mutasib, Glinvis, attempting to enforce market regulations among the peddlers. Disorderly arrangements, oil beside mosque doors, unskinned rabbits, and cheese in bowls? By Allah, you better listen to me right now. You know what? I think that would be the best one to do. Although he didn't turn out to be that useful. My ward, my guest. Oh, I have a ward. I didn't even realise. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's what it means to be a guardian. Okay, so he's her father and daughter, right? Out of this, I don't really know which one to go for. You know what? I'm just gonna. There's nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna let them pick their own one instead. I'm there to educate them regardless and help them the best I can. But yeah. Let's go carefree. Help a little bit with any stress I'll be getting. Alright, something we will need if we come onto here a minute, we need a core tutor. It's going to cost a little bit of cash. I got an ill horse. That's really not my problem. And I'm not really the biggest horse person in the world, so there we go. That's going to help now with actually learning languages, especially for me as well, thinking about it. Okay, sure. Really need to get some better people in my court at some point. Gifts are plentiful. I pour my gifts onto the soil, herbs, milk and honey. With my eyes closed and smoke stinging in my nostrils, I raise my arms towards the moon. Master, knower of all truths, father of all powers. I should ask Iblis for what? Stretcher's mind, the aid of shadows, or peace of mind. Out of the options right now, maybe confident schemer, but yeah, we'll go for that. And that reminds me, since we're now got to know our wife better and things like that, I think we're going to convert her over. She's going to reveal to her that this odd husband of hers is actually somebody from the future, and see whether or not she actually really believes me. And while we're doing that, do I want to... I'm not really going to worry about her religion. I'm just wondering, would I prefer to swap ones over to us? Adaptive? Esoteric? Oh, that could be interesting. Sky burials. You know what? Nah, oh, she has been willing to join us. Okay. Like I said, I'm not really fussed about religion. I'm just going to let them do their thing. So, yeah. We'll leave that. But there we go. We've now got another person who knows my secrets. That the Warrior Angel dynasty is actually from the future. Ooh. Right. Apparently I can find myself a concubine as well if I wanted, but I've only got one option with Spy Master. I will avoid that, I think. Should be mixing business and pleasure, you know? Alright, looks like my neighbour's been busy doing stuff. Mental resilience, so I'll take that. To be honest, maybe it will be good to get some medical focus now. Getting a bit older on, we've learned a lot on the scholarly path. I think it will be an opportunity now to expand out. And who do I want to give lessons to? Probably you. I mean, you got 17 intrigue. You're my precept thing. Yeah, definitely going to give you a few lessons. You might not be happy about it, but I mean, again, you were probably better as a commander than you are as steward. Is there anyone I can swap you out for at this point now? Yes. That would do. Right, perfect. Alright, we've got some more money coming in, so now it's time to do... Can we actually build anything new? No, we don't have the white... Oh. I scream and shout at my dream, unaware of my surroundings, being in the middle of a battle. Die, die, die. Right. Okay, yeah, I can't build anything yet. New cities yet. Ah, here we are. Right, so my daughter Emily should be focusing on academic matters. Now, the only other option really is stewardship, but since she is unfortunately female, in the sense that she's not going to be able to get really a position in court. So, sure, I will do that. Why can't I have an educator? I would like to think let me think on that later. Yeah, I'm a pretty good educator. I'll do that. I will have her study some language, the Iranian language, just to help things out in that regard. Right, how are you getting on? You're rowdy, right? So that means intrigue or martial. We'll take intrigue for you. Kindman, I think that would be a good choice for you. Right. Let's continue upgrading settlements. So, let me see. You have the heavy footmen, militia camps, light cavalry, stables, blacksmiths, hillside, and grazing lands. Ooh, that could have been useful if we actually had any cavalry. No, let's go for blacksmiths. We'll grab that for certain. You can have a strength next. Although I would have probably wanted a few more children, and I don't know. I know modern day me would like to have children too. Oh, she's ginger like me. Oh, I didn't really notice until now. That's so cool. She's obviously taking more after her mother than me thinking about it. But hey, that's really cool. I'm happy about that. Right. I wonder why it's not... Maybe it's because I'm already... Sure, I'll let you swap over for that for now. Okay. Right, you'll be able to nut up here. We've still got a fair bit of money, so I'm still just going to go ahead and get different bits. Alright. He sees me in a new light, so that's really nice to see. Okay, blacksmith's hillside grazing. Maybe we'll put that in someplace. For now, though, I'd say... Let's get cattle pastures down, get a bit more cash coming in. We're already making 3.4, which isn't too bad, considering, you know? Okay, you've picked up the Iranian language. Fantastic. We haven't got any more languages to learn. Okay. We'll have you then pick up Iranian. Alone in the kitchen. Greetings, my lord. Rahina, one of the cooks, says. I have your ward Gonaz with me, yeah? Oh, God. Sorry, it's just comparing the fact that the way he's talking. Anyway, it seems that she's managed to help out in the kitchen quite well. And sure, be compassionate. For now, could be a good path for you to travel, my dear. Right. Anything else we kind of want to get our money up? Fine, let me just have a quick nosy. Shires. Okay, so this will be the capital for the duchy. Okay, I'm interested to see what the special building is. One of the mods I got does incorporate a whole bunch of buildings, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, release. As night fell, I found myself alone in my chambers. Suddenly, and I don't know how it started, I just began crying. I sobbed for must have been hours, letting out all my pain and sadness. When it stopped, I felt a little better. But things aren't over, not yet at least. Yeah, I've been there. Anyway, I actually just noticed the time. I've been so much enjoying just sort of going through, giving these general orders here and there, and going through this game at a nice pace, that it's 37 minutes. Jesus. Okay. Let me just we'll come on to this, right? Emily's just lost a board game popular in the courts when an opponent revealed they have won not through skill, but deception. Shocked at the revelation, Emily has announced she will not let a single thing pass her notice in this next round. So we can either let her keep paranoid, we can make her humble, or forgiving. The thing is, I'm a cynical person, and the thing is, this is true, to my mind. So yeah, life is too full of deception. Remember this. And I think we will leave it here for today. So we haven't really done a massive amount of things in terms of the game. We are expanding our territory in terms of development, but I'm going to leave actually expanding and taking out other areas to future characters, just because for me as a character, it's not something I would be interested in. I'd be happy at just improving a lot of my people. So maybe our daughters, or even a son, if we get another child, could start looking into, you know, taking over elsewhere. I mean, we could even potentially marry one of them off to our liege or something. I don't know. I just don't know. But there we go. A slow but good start, I think, for our campaign. But that's where we're going to end it today, guys. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you did enjoy it and enjoy this more so slower pace that I'm going to be taking with this campaign compared to like Total War and that. And yeah, I hope you join me next time. Otherwise, take care and goodbye for now.